Hello everybody and welcome back to Saxlingham. So these are going to be some busy episodes now because it's harvest time. We're going to make a start on our canola field. You'll see that I've already gone to the store and I have bought the 1380 header and trailer, which I haven't gone for the one that was the same, wrong button there, the same as this combine, because I know this is a modded combine, which meant that we could upgrade the engine so we didn't have to buy a completely new combine, and the header that comes with the pack, it doesn't snap to the header trailers, so I've gone for just a normal bog standard one, and this one does snap. So it does mean that if I don't put it on just quite right, it means that it will sort that out for me, which is a very, very big help, because I know, well, I've heard, I should say, in previous FS games that simply wasn't the case, and the snapping was that implemented in 22? Please do feel free to leave a like and a comment to let me know on that one. But right, we are going to get this done, this field harvested, and then we are going to get a mulcher. We're going to mulch it, and then we cannot forget we need to rip out these tram lines. So there's a fair bit of work to be done just in this field alone. And I'm hoping we're at 121% yield. So that in our next harvest should be a lot better. Also, our wheat field is ready up at the top there, but we'll have to bale that one when we come to cut that. We're going to have to just sit and wait now for a little bit. So let's get to 100, so we can leave that like so. And what I do want to show you is our next purchase. So if we go on to mulchers, so this is what I am fancying getting. So 140 horsepower, so both our tractors can easily do it, and because I'm toying with getting a small tractor, so even a small tractor would be able to pull that. 9.1 metres is a good metre width, and obviously 11 miles an hour, so it would take probably the same amount of time as it would do to harvest a field, because obviously we're 13 metres at 6 miles an hour, this is 9 metres at 11, so we're just a little bit quicker. So we're going to buy that, and what we'll do is we'll send our worker off to go get it. There is also, if we go to the store, there is a little tractor in the sale, and I'm very, very tempted. The only thing that puts me off is it's the lowest horsepower engine, but I think having a little tractor, it does have a front loader on, to be fair, having a little tractor just for in the yard would be very, very handy. But on the flip side, I still want to buy a set of rolls, which will go for the 12 metre rollers, and I would like to try and get another field, but we'll just have to see sort of where we are. Right, let's get on to here. Where is our worker? Is he anywhere near? I don't think so, not at the minute. We'll have to go jump in the fence then and make our way over to the store so we can go pick this mulch up so that we're ready to go straight away. As soon as we can, well, we'll get the field. I think we'll get the field harvested first, and then we can get straight on, get it mulched, and then get it lined, and then we'll get those awful tram lines out and start making the field look proper again. So we will have to make sure that we're back onto 36, well, not back onto, but we are on 36 metre tram lines to go with our sprayer, because that's what eventually we will move on to one of the big self-propelled ones, and that will stay as 36. I think that is the most common in the UK, I presume. But right, let's get this back, and it'll be very interesting to see. And we're also going to lime the fields, which I know with precision farming you don't have to. I think it's once every 3 years, I think. But for us to keep the yield, or to try and get the yield as high as possible, we need to try and be hitting the perfect lime and perfect fertiliser, which to do that I would imagine is doing it every year. So I calculated it up that from these episodes until the release of the new DLC map, which I think we're just going to leave this here so we're not in the way of the worker, of the release of the new DLC map, I think it's 24 episodes, 23 or 24, I can't remember because I know I've done another Alma video since then. Which then leads me to think, so it's about, or was it 20? I can't remember. Anyway, so there's 12 to 13 maybe episodes left on each of these Let's Plays until the new DLC comes out. Obviously the new DLC is something that I want to move straight onto and do. So then it'll be a debate of, is this worker coming to us? Yeah. Then it'll be a debate of what do we do? Do we go 2 onto the new Highlands map and then 1 onto each of these? So yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing, because I'm very much enjoying both of these maps, and I want to make sure that I give them both, well, definitely Saxlingham and Alma, you know, the attention that they deserve. Because I know currently I am 2 weeks, I think I'm 2 weeks ahead on videos, so that's obviously 8 videos lined up ready to go, which is a very handy place for me to be in, because it just takes a bit of pressure off, because it's surprising how 4 videos a week does take up a lot of time. But coming closer to the Highland inspection, I may try and get a load more done and get them out, you know, so they could push it up to 5-6 videos a week just to get more out. But we'll just have to see, won't we? But it's just something to obviously bear in mind. So it means we'll be episode 30 odd on here, and Alma will be sort of just shy of 20, which I know Alma's only meant to be a shorter sort of series, but I do worry because obviously we're doing the likes of periodic ploughing, which it does then add a lot more time to it all. But like I say, we'll see. But I'm very, very much enjoying these 2 maps. Just been sat thinking, it's amazing how far we've come in, what will this be? We started in harvest, and this is our 3rd harvest. Fair dues, the contracts have been huge. Yeah, they've been a massive benefit. We only started with a combine which, yes, had a 9 metre header, a tractor and a trailer and a telehandler. So I think we've done very, very well for ourselves here. Right, this is the last bit of the Canola, or OSR, which I've noticed a lot of people don't say it by its actual name that we use in the UK, so that's absolutely fine. But we'll pull this down to, well, we'll take this up and put this onto the trailer whilst we wait for our worker to come, because then this will be going up into the wheat field to go get that cut. Which I was hoping for an extra hand in this episode, but unfortunately they were unable to attend, which is fine. Right, let's drop that off. Oh dear. See, that's what the old one wouldn't have done. So it would have been a nightmare to get it off. But, you know, it just wouldn't have snapped, so it would have just stayed on the floor. So I'm very, very glad that we've gone for that one. And I'm glad we haven't gone for the MacDon, which, as much as I did like the MacDon, it was, obviously it gets caught on the back, and I'm just hoping our pipe there isn't getting caught. No, luckily there's no collision on there. So it was getting caught on the back, and that it meant that you had to take the combine and a tractor instead of just being able to do it all with the combine. Because the one benefit of this map is the fields you do have, well, you should have plenty of access into your fields. But right, where is our worker? Is he coming back? Because what I'll do is I'll leave this on the track. It's probably the best thing. We'll find the worker, get unloaded, and then we can look at mulching this field. I think mulching it first would be the wiser of all the ideas. So we are just going to swap over. So I'm going to empty the worker out. He is then going to take this up into there and start cutting the wheat, which means that it leaves me down here able to carry on working. So we should be the most productive that we possibly can be. So our John Deere is up at the top now, so that's ready to go. Let's have a look and see what this does. So it must mulch up the... It's interesting to see how that works. It just looks like blades just going along the floor. But anyways, let's get on to steering assist. So we'll do 2 headlands. And then so that should just be a drop down. And go, and you can now see that it's getting rid of all the stubble, which this is something that because obviously I have a bit to do with 2 farms, and one of our farms we don't do canola anymore. It's too much hassle for what it's worth, obviously with flea beetle and all, and this and other, and birds and all sorts enjoying eating it, we don't bother. But on the other one we do, which you could see some damage that had happened this year, last year as it were. And this is something that they go through, but they use one of the big batwing mowers, so it's slightly different to this. But anyways, we'll get this done, and we'll just have to try keep an eye on our worker in that field, because as and when he needs us we'll have to go over there, which makes me very thankful that it's not barley. Well, that's not ideal, is it? We may have to just hop out and have a word with Ladder just to see what's going on here. So we'll be able to pull under at that now. I give over with the mulching, or did sort of nearly one headland, purely for the fact of I got a bit worried that if I was to then go mulch over the tram lines, that I would really struggle to see them. So that's why I'm ripping them up now, which sort of defeats the purpose of mulching a bit, because there's a fair amount of ground that we now won't be able to mulch, which is annoying, but it's just going to have to be one of those things, isn't it? But there isn't much left for our worker to do here, because he's done all that other side. So leaving this tractor up here should be enough. I'll probably just pull it on to this. Don't want to drive in my crop. I'll just put it into this island slightly, and I'll just make sure that he gets every last bit on these edges, because there's no point leaving this. I know it doesn't amount to anything, but if anything, it makes the place look nice. I was toying with this combine. It is a lovely, brilliant combine, but I can upgrade the engine. But looking at the engine upgrade, it was something like £200,000 to go for the 8900, which I think that's the biggest one. It's a 18,000 litre capacity. Bigger engine, which the engine size is no bother to us because this is capable of running the bigger headers. So engine size, no bother whatsoever, but it's more the tank capacity size that we'll be looking for. Right, let's get these little bits, and then we'll go jump back onto the subsoiler, which now we've done the headland and the up downs, they shouldn't be too bad. And we'll get it subsoiled, we'll get it mulched, and then that'll be an awesome episode to get both fields done. Our other wheat field, I imagine that was spring drilling, so that will be the last month that we can go into there, and then it's just deciding what's best to do, because it may be a mad rush there, because I'd like to get the bales off, but it may be a mad rush to get that off. And I would like to think that once we've bought a roller, obviously to help improve field yields, once we've bought a roller, we may buy the Arcuzon bale stacker, because there should be a lot of bales coming off this field and the next one. Then if we get the Arcuzon, that's 90, so we spend about 150,000, maybe leave us with 150 to look at buying another field. So our worker, he's now back away again in there, and he should call it a do when he's done. And once I've done here, that's going to be the end for us. And then in the next episode, it will be baling that field, obviously doing the tram lines just to make sure that we're on 36, and mulching. About giving our worker a pay rise, because not only has he finished the combining, he put the last of the wheat into the trailer, he's taken the trailer down to the silo, tipped that, taken the trailer off, and then he's gone and got the baler, and he's now back on baling up there. It just doesn't seem to stop. So that's why I'm thinking a pay rise may be come very in handy for him. But right, we are now done with the subsoiling. This is going to have to go up into field 39, so the wheat field, because we're going to have to take them out. I know we did them the previous year, but at that time we were using a 26 or a 27 metre spreader, not spreader, fertiliser sprayer. So now we've upped it, we'll just have to rip them out again, or at least that's my belief. But also, it's a good force of habit to do, because tram lines, you've got to think, the amount of compaction that they will get year after year, you know, with driving down them all the time, the soil will need to be broken up, but fluff it up and all that sort of thing. So it does make me think, as annoying as it is with precision farming, that when you change the tram lines you need to rip them out. If you were to think about it in real life, well, you think about it and you watch it every year, I see farmers, not only on our farm but on other farms, going around, you know, ripping the tram lines up to start again. So it does sort of make sense. And if you're direct drilling, if you think about it, after a year of driving on the same, you know, on the same place time and time again, if you were to go with a direct drill, it will barely scratch the surface to get into the ground. So it makes sense that you then have to rip them up to go again. And what will it change any texture going over here? No. So this is, oh, I didn't do that side. I thought I'd done a full lap of the headland by hand. So let's go back to here. And yeah, so this will hopefully finish the episode for us by getting this done and flying through it. Just missing the tiniest little slither up there, which we've gone through all this effort, so we might as well go back round and get it done. I don't think this mulching job is a job for the John Deere. I think that's become quite apparent, because the Fendt going uphill wasn't doing at times 11 miles an hour, so it is a Fendt only job. But in the next episode we will go, most likely in the Fendt, we'll go gather up we'll go buy an Arcuzon, we'll go gather that up, and then we can start taking bales off that field and get it subsoiled, and the worker can do the mulching, because I think we've done enough of it for one episode doing this field. But that last little bit there and we're done. So I would just like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.